Hello Libra, I am Ulrich. I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the month of September for the sign of Libra. On the table here you see 9 cards, meaning we will do the 9 card portrait. You see also 4 objects here on the table, meaning we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Libra for the month of September 2021. Now, from these 4 objects here, you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. Now, if the object and the related video does not match your choice, please check the other videos that also follow here. The matches here represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Libra, here we go for your card reading for September 2021. Hello Libra, and welcome to the shell or the water group for the card reading, Lenormand card reading for September 2021. The first thing before we start, I want to mention here that starting 27 September, Mercury is running retrograde, meaning it's not a good idea during that period to sign contract, make agreements, any official document where you need to put your name under, or any document where you need to put your name under, or something you agree to that need to be signed. It's not a good idea to from 27 September up to 18 October. Also, it's not a good time to buy electronics like cell phones, housekeeping equipment like laundry machine or microwaves. Why? Because there's a warranty attached to it and maybe some problems with the warranty. Also, you will see during that period, you come late on appointments, people come late on their appointments. When you take a bus, the bus is late. When you want to receive a package, the package is wrong delivered, the mail is not on time. All things are like that are related to Mercury going retrograde. But if for some reason you would be obligated or feel compelled to sign a contract, please double, triple check the fine print. Because maybe afterwards you want to get out of the contract and you cannot anymore. So you need to think about this wisely for doing so. But my advice to you is during that period, 27 September up to 18, not to sign any form of contracts. Now we proceed here with the shell or the water group. The first card we see here is your personal card. The dog is the card of a person who, for the person, it means that a friend is important to you, a brother, a sister, a relative is very close to you. It's also possible that you are a good friend to others, that you are very humanitarian person. We could say with this, the dog is also a follower that you follow till a certain area with your friends or people around you. Then we see the cross next to it. It's possible also that we have brother or sister who has a hard time for some reason, and we see the whip there, and who is suffering. So this is possible with this combination. Can be a brother, a sister. It's also possible that this is a colleague who has a hard time enduring some heavy situation, and also it works on you because this colleague has a heavy period going on in their life. Now, the dog here and the cross, it's possible also in another way then, that if you have children, that a son or a daughter is putting a heavy strain on you. Maybe that you experience them for the moment as a burden, and it hurts you. It hurts you in a way, not physically, but it hurts you in a way that they are in some kind of trouble, or that there is something wrong with them in some areas. Here also, we have some kind of, it's like a perceivement when we have that we have an inescapable duty towards something. Like maybe we have a work or our career path, and we cannot we cannot let it go. We follow it no matter if it causes our pain. We are very dutiful following our work and our path of life. It's like we cannot escape it. We don't question it. We just follow it. We just follow the path that is set out for us, but in a way it makes us suffer. In another way, it could mean that you are a very religious person, that you follow your religion, even though that the religion, you don't always agree with the restrictions or the forms of the relationship. It even can, for some people, it can cause them like psychological pain, but we follow the path of the religion anyway. This is what we see here also with the first two cards. Then we have the cross and the whip on itself. It's possible that people or maybe people around you, maybe a friend of you has been confronted with some form of aggression and he suffering because of that. Maybe even in a way, it's possible that he endured some physical abuse. It's possible that this is a person that is very close to you. Also here in this laying here, in a way, if you have been angry to a certain person, it's possible here that you realize that you or the other person have been wrong. Also, if something, excuse me, if something in your path of life or in the course that you are following is not according to what you think anymore, it's possible that you literally whip it out of your life. This is possible also here. Also, it's possible here that there's a lot of communication, faithful communication. We talk about our religion. Sometimes we have conflicts, as we saw earlier, with the dogmatic side of our religion. Maybe here also sometimes you think if it's not time to let go of certain things in your life, this is possible also. If it causes you pain, this religion or this life path, maybe you think, is it not time to let it go? So it's possible that this here, it plays in your head. Also with this combination, it's possible if you're a religious person, then in the Catholic side, you go to confession. This is possible also with this combination that we see here. And in some areas, if we need to take responsibility, maybe in some areas, we don't want to take responsibilities for some certain things that are happening in our life, even we should, or maybe we want, or we can't. So this is possible here also with this combination. Then we have the second line here. We have the snake, the garden, and the child. The snake, if you're in a form of relationship, the snake is a very, the snake always point to triangle relationships. So if you are in some form of relationship, or you are married, or you are engaged, or you have a fiancé, here we always need to consider that one of both parties is involved in another relationship, or they are connected to a person that is more than a friend. Because this means the snake has a certain freedom she wants. And here we see the garden is open. So this is like this person is unwilling to commit. So if you have a partner, maybe it's not clear to you for you yet, but maybe this person doesn't really want to commit. They rather want to be free. Maybe there's something new came in your life because the child is something new. Something is about to begin in certain relationships that they have with certain persons. So this is what we see here also. On another front, then maybe on your personal life, it's possible that you want to be more in the spotlight. You want to become more famous yourself, maybe in your work, in your profession. You want to become more famous. It's possible also that you yourself are a lot in the public, that you are a person who is a lot in the public eye. The snake is also, sometimes it represents detours. So it's possible that you want to reach a certain position in your life and you cannot go straight to it. So it's like you need to make a detour for reaching the point that you want to reach in your life. So also with this combination here, we need to watch out that other people in our path of life don't put certain traps for us. Maybe some people who are close to you are preparing some form of trap. Maybe they are or they behave jealous in a strange way. This is possible here also. If this is in the relationship, it's possible that another woman is jealous of you, or another man is jealous of you. This is also possible with this combination. Sometimes also there's something sneaky going on in our friends or circle friend. Not everything is said there. There's some quiet for the moment in our circle friends. Not everything is honest there. There's some silence there. And even if there's a lot of communication, not everything is said. Something new is about to begin, but everything here is not very clear in this relationship, in this circle of friends. Maybe it's a little bit untrustworthy. Maybe you already have the impression of that, something is not off, something is off there. Maybe some meetings also become more complicated than you anticipated. If you meet certain groups where you are connected, maybe this is connected to your religion or to your faith or to your spirituality. Maybe everything there is not is getting more complicated. It's like here we see the child and it's like something new is about to begin. It could be a rather heavy period also with the friends that is going on there. If you come in a certain situation, it's possible also, if you have gathered enough information, because the snake waits it out. The snake is here, this combination is like faithfully waiting till the right time with the dog. And it's possible that you gathered some information and that you don't agree with certain things that are going on in these groups that you are functioning. If you have all the information, it's possible that you make it public. This is possible also with this combination. It's possible that you open what is hidden there. I would urge you here with the snake to be careful and to make sure that you have all information and that you wait until the right moment to come out with this information. Then we have the garden and the child on itself. This could mean then in the next step that because of you have problems in your current social or religious group, that you start to engage with other people. This is a new beginning of new groups that we build up. In some ways also this could mean the playground of children. So it's possible if you're interacting with children also that children come in your life in a way. In some way that children get connected to your life. If you have children, it's possible that you connect to mother and father groups. This is possible. There's some celebrations with children here. This is possible also. Here also, it's possible if we have an issue with a younger person that we expose this person to the problems that he has caused us. This is possible here also. If you have a media profession and you or you do something with media, it's possible that you are new in some media platforms that you are using. This is also possible also. Maybe you need to learn more knowledge regarding, or need to learn more things regarding to your public appearance. Maybe you're still innocent in that area. Then we come here in the third line. We see the sun, the flowers, and the rider. The sun here, and this is actually a very good combination. This is a very good combination. The sun makes everything shine. So it's a very positive card, especially together with the flowers. This is a card of renewal. Everything goes more smooth, everything goes more easy, and the rider makes us move. It brings actions to us. So it's possible here with this combination that somebody's visit, a man or a woman, makes you quite happy, and it sets like things on the roll. So somebody visits you, and things are moving, things are proceeding here. This is what we see here, because the sun and the flowers here, it represents energy. So the visit that you are about to receive is very positive, fortunate for you. This person has a warm personality, and he puts things in action for you, or because of this visit, he puts things in action for you. It's also possible that with this friend or with these people, you engage in some party. Something is need to be celebrated here. A celebration of friendship is possible also, or maybe new friends are celebrated. This is possible also with this combination. Also, it's possible that you or these people that visit you appreciate great this visit or revisit, because sometimes the flowers is a renewal. So it's possible that this is a revisit of a previous friend that comes back into your life. Then we have the bouquet and the rider in itself. So we are happy here that this person returns in our life, or maybe some happy news is coming to you here, maybe a happy invitation. Maybe you are about to accept this invitation. Anyway, things go on the move here, things pick up again here. It's possible also that this person brings you a gift, or you give a gift to this person. This person is charming. You're very happy with his visit. It's also possible that this person comes back out of the past, and he revisits you, and he invites himself. So this is also possible here. Anyway, this is a very positive laying. If this is a person of the other gender, it's possible also, if you would be a man, there's some flirting going on. If this is a woman and you're a man, there's some flirting going on here with this combination. Then we have the dog, the snake, and the sun. The dog and the snake, it points here that with certain friends or friendships that we have, we need to be very careful. The snake can turn away. So here, if you have a friendship, it's possible that some friends that you are involved in for now, some social groups, they turn away from you. Maybe you are in a process of change, and these friends, your opinion is not the same anymore. And because you change certain opinions, it's possible that these friends turn away from you. So this is possible here. In some cases, it's possible that they actually betray you. So this is possible that you encounter a form of betrayal here with friends. It could be somebody that you trusted before, or that you still trust, and that this friend is betraying you. If you have pets, this is another thing. This is a total other concept. It's possible that if you would be in that, some people here with this combination also sometimes have a pet snake, or related animals that are related to snake things. In a way, also, it's possible here with this combination that you, for some reason, in another way, if this is your colleague, you need to obey to your colleague. You need to listen to him, even though he's maybe not outranking you, but in a way you need to listen to him. Some circumstances changed here, and maybe it's obligated now, you listen to him. It's also possible, if you have a child, that you are more stricter to your child, and that you tell to your child that you make certain restrictions for your child, and that you want your child more to listen to you. but it's going to end well if this is with your child or with a colleague, because we have the sun here. Also, this can point that we don't tell that we have certain friendships. So maybe we are connected in certain groups and then in other groups, but in one group, they don't know you have friends out of another group. You keep it to yourself. You keep it under your hat. This is possible also that we hide certain friendship that we have. Maybe we experienced difficulties before. We want to change groups for certain reasons, and we keep these friendships for now under our head. We don't tell it for now. It's possible here also that if you are belonging to certain groups, that you have a strong longing to be in that kind of group. This is possible here also with this combination. Maybe you follow some certain patterns or certain religious patterns, very determined. Sometimes also this can point to a conflict that we follow our own agenda, because we already saw the changes here. There's like conflict maybe in yourself that you doubt about following your own agenda and following the collective of groups that we have. But I think in the end, you will follow your own, because the sun is who we are. And it might be a positive change, as we see here. So sometimes it's good to withdraw, or we get away from certain situations, and it has a positive effect on you. Then we have the snake and the sun in itself. Here we can see there is a strong desire for happiness. We want to be more happy in our lives for certain reasons. Maybe before you're not so happy. And it's also possible that you see true people. If they tell you something that you literally, if you look in their eyes, you know what is going on. It's hard to explain this, and you cannot explain this to other people, but it's like you know what is going on here. If this is a person, that a woman that you are connected to, we already said this is a triangle relationship. If this is a woman that you are connected to, this is a person who has a lot of energy. She has a lot of strength, also positive energy. But I told you, maybe this person is not ready for certain relationship. It's possible if you encounter some betrayal from a friend. After this betrayal, it's like it's meant to be, and actually it turns out positive for you. In the beginning, maybe you think it's gonna be a problem, but actually, because you have the sun here, it's possible that this turns out for well. And after this situation, it's like you feel more alive, you feel more vitality, you feel more alive. This combination also, in another way than in a sexual context, it could mean that you are active with a friend, but it's like a friend with benefits here, like, because this is a friend and there's sexual activity here, so this could go this way also. But as I said, for the relationship, it's something else. We need to triple check here the things. Also, it's possible that you don't want to fall in love, but you fall in love anyway. So you need to use your mind here if you go in that your mind here if you go in that kind of situation. Also, it's possible with this person that you are involved in, that you experience some nice vacation days, maybe a week off with this person. This is possible also. It's possible that you go to some parties, you have some enjoyments, you both want warmth, light, summer. So this is possible now if it's in summer season, or maybe you go somewhere where there is summer season, or where there is more better weather. You try to make things more enjoyable for both of you if you do so. This is what is going on here with this vertical line. The second vertical line here, we have the cross. The cross is destined to be. So this means like maybe a lot of people know you. You have some responsibilities, some collective responsibilities. And sometimes you would wish that you have less responsibilities or less people know you. This is the possibility with this combination. It's possible that some groups are supporting you no matter what you do here. But anyway, what I said earlier is happening here also. It's possible here also, we mentioned the religion before, there are some religious meeting here, maybe you are connected, or spiritual meetings here that are that are going on here. It's possible this is a religious holiday, that you do something on a religious holiday. This is possible also. We saw already also that some of our social circles may be not so connected to anymore. And sometimes you might have the feeling that you put up with them, but you don't want to be there anymore. But you cope with it. But in a way, it makes you suffer. You are thinking about making some changes and maybe starting something new. But I'm assuming here with the snake here, you don't share it with nobody. And that may be the best thing to do for now, because maybe some changes are coming in the future. Also, you take here, if you have social duties, you follow your social duties, and in a way your social duties are not the problem, because you have the flowers here, so your social duties are easy for you. But it might be something in the group, in the social group itself, that is disturbing you. Maybe it's a cultural burden, maybe it's culturally embedded here. This is possible also. Then we have the garden and the flowers. Here, this points to, actually, as we said earlier, like the holiday here, there's some enjoyments. It's possible that you have some fun in group, that you are celebrating with a group. You celebrate certain accomplishments. That we see here. It's possible also in the groups that you are, even though you have some difficulties now, we mentioned that earlier, that you are quite popular, you have a good reputation. It can also point to some creative work in these groups where you are active in. Here we see this. It's possible also that you are going public with your creative work, or this can go on also, that we are going public with our creative work, or our creative work is public. But we see the cross here, so it's actually also like a duty that we experience it here. There's also some public meetings going on. We see this here. This is a garden party, literally. Then in some cases, this could be literally a flower show that we are involved in. You meet people in public restaurants here. There's a group meeting. The whole group agrees that this is a good thing to do, that this is a positive thing to do. This points also to a very big, large circle. We are loved in our friend circle, or we are very high liked in our friends circle. And it's possible also here there is some lobbying going on also with this combination. Then we come to the whip, the child, and the rider here. The whip and the child, if we have children, it's possible that these children are not so behaving for the moment. Maybe they are a little bit naughty, or they don't behave very well. Maybe they are difficult to handle for now. It's possible that this causes you some stress. It makes your mind turn around. You're having a lot of communication here about the child that would not listen. If another way, it's possible that your child is very active in sports. So it's possible that your child spends a lot of time in sports, in things that require a lot of energy. Here, the child is very active. Maybe you are also the one who coach your child for the sportive activity that is going on. If the child behaves, it's more like a coaching. You coach them, then it's not like punishment. Then it's more like coaching. You coach them to catalyze their energy in things that they like. And I'm assuming this is something quite active. Maybe it's like running, or maybe it could have to literally something with horses, because we see the rider here. Sometimes with the cards, it's literally what it is. We communicate here in an innocent way here also. These it's possible also here with this combination, if your child would have been abused in some way, that you are looking for some form of justice for the child. Maybe that has been the case. It's possible. Maybe the child here has undergone some, if you have a child, the child has undergoing some form of punishment from other people, maybe from a group where it's functioning in, and you were looking for justice. You want to work this out. You want to work this out, that there is justice about this conflict that happened with a child. Then we have the child and the rider on itself. Again, here we have the visitor here again. A new visitor is coming to you. And then we see here again, yeah, we already mentioned that you want justice for the child. If you don't know if your child, maybe you also need to be careful with this combination, that it's possible that your child is undergoing some punishment from somebody, and that it's not explaining this punishment to you. Maybe it keeps it away from you, but you need to observe this if this is not going on here. It's possible that the child is enduring some attacks, or it's abused in some way from some people. So this is possible also with this combination. Maybe it cannot defend himself well. Maybe there is something to do about that the child can defend himself better, and that's maybe why you take action, because the child cannot defend himself. So we need to see here, there are several combinations possible here, but there's looking for justice, there's helping the child, and we need to see here that we are aware that it's possible that our child might be abused by some groups of people. If not physical abuse, it could be verbal abuse, you know, like pesting in schools. So we need to be aware that this is possible here also. Then we have the cross here, we have the dog, the garden, and the rider. The dog and the garden, it points to that we follow the collective, we follow the group, we follow the crowd, we socially support others, we have camaraderie in the groups that we are functioning in. It's very focused here, displaying on our social environment. We work together with the groups. There's a solidarity here. Also, there are cultural aspects going on here in the group that you are functioning in. Maybe cultural, religious, both are possible here. But everybody helps everybody. That is what we see here. Also, this group probably make time to time public announcements. Maybe you are in a group that makes time to time a public announcement. There's a lot of visitors coming and going. People are moving here. It's also possible that you celebrate somebody's arrival. Maybe somebody's gone away before and this person arrives back. So it's possible that there is some celebration regarding to that. It's possible also you yourself, you are engaged, but we saw this earlier, that you are pushed in these engagements, and maybe you yourself, you want more distance. It's one or the other. So, or maybe it's both here. Here also there's some form of art, beauty involved here. It's possible also that you come in certain situations in public and you first experience them as an intrusion of your privacy, but later on it turns out that it's not meant like that, and it actually brings you ahead. So this is possible also with this combination. It's like a public confrontation, you disagree, but actually after it works in your advantage. But here everything goes fast because the rider, he speeds things up. So if there's publicly things going on, they will move fast because the rider is there. The activities in our social networks go very fast, they go smooth. Also, we will display things in public related to these social groups. Then we have come in the other cross here. We have the whip, the garden, and the sun. It's possible here that we are that we have a public debate here, that there are public discussions going on, group discussions. These discussions can be quite severe, especially with the whip. So this is not the holding back type discussion. This is everybody says his opinion and where it's going to, and also there's a strong ego thing here. So everybody says what he wants to say, and everybody discusses fairly strong their opinion. Here, this is what we see going on here. The group is very, they are coherent, but they are very strong about certain things that need to be worked out. So this could mean like an argument in public, or we are very critical towards the group that we are functioning in. So it's like a public dispute here that is going on. It's possible that this discussion is very harsh, and then afterwards we have the sun here and the bouquet, that afterwards people apologize towards each other because we have the flowers here. So it's possible, and we have the sun. So it's possible that this discussion is fairly fierce, but afterwards people apologize towards each other. Here then we have the garden and the sun in itself. This is then more, I sometimes also I see some artistic side here. Maybe in a way is also this community is connected to the artistic field. This is what we see here also here. There's some sun going on here. There's some, we saw that here already. There's some vacation here. This is in public vacation. It's possible also after all these discussions, maybe these discussions are about public recognition. Maybe you want to be more recognized for your work. That this is possible also. It's possible that everybody sees, but nobody wants to admit, and maybe you're tired of that and you want that to be explained. You want to be acknowledged for your work. This is possible that you want public recognition. I think this is this will be shortly in front of some religious or some spiritual festival. It's short before that. So if you are in that kind of, you will recognize then the date to come. It's possible that these events play shortly before some religious event that is coming, or a religious holiday. This is possible also. And it's possible then also during this discussion that some people admit some things and they make it public, but the announcement that has been made there, everybody already know for many months or many years. It's like they explain something, but everybody acts like they are wondered, but everybody knows that this is going on already for a very long time. So Libra, for the shell or the water group, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed your card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 card readings that following here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Hello Libra, and welcome to the Aerosol or the air group for your card reading for September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that starting 27th of September, Mercury is going retrograde, meaning it's not a good idea to sign new contracts, agreements, arrangements, any document you need to put your name under. It's better not to do so, because afterwards maybe you change your mind or something is wrong with the contract. Also, during that time, it's not good idea to buy new electronics like cell phones or equipment for your housekeeping like a laundry machine or a microwave. Why? Because these things are related to warranties and maybe something pops up with the warranty. Or if you order something online, maybe the wrong device is delivered to your home and it's a hassle for getting it back to the supplier. Anyway, also you will notice that trains, if you use public transport, that the trains, buses, any form of transport are delayed. Sometimes they are cancelled. If we take a flight, they are cancelled, they are rescheduled. These are all things that are happening with Mercury retrograde. If we need to receive packages, the packages don't arrive, they are wrong delivered at the wrong address. These are all things with Mercury retrograde that are happening. If for some reason you would be obligated to sign a contract or to make an agreement that you need to sign, double, triple check the fine print so it minimizes the problem. But my advice to you would not be to sign contracts during the period from 27 September up to 18 October. So Libra, here we go for your card reading. The first card we see here is your personal card. It's the moon. Probably you have a lot of feelings for now. There's a lot of going on in your mind, maybe happy thoughts, maybe sometimes some days less happy thoughts going through your head. But it's possible in a way that you feel very creative also. Because, and here also the next to it we see the card of the profession. So it's possible that you are very creative in your profession. And since we hear maybe this profession is connected to the internet, or maybe it's connected to abroad, or maybe you are longing or you want to do some creativity with your profession in abroad. Maybe you're thinking about this, maybe it's a place in your mind for doing some kind of profession in abroad on the internet. Or maybe this profession has to do literally, maybe you need some distance for your creativity. Maybe you want to go in a more remote area for your profession, for your for the things that you make you creative, because the mountain sometimes represents solitude, being alone. In some creative professions, this is necessary. So this is possible also with this combination. But anyway, there's a lot of creativity going on. It can also mean creativity with actually with stones. Maybe you work with stones for your profession, art in an artistic way. This is possible also here. So now we go on the moon and the fox itself. We go in more details. Also, it's possible in a way, because I want to mention here also, because we have the snake here also. So if both cards pop up, and if you are in some form of relationship, if both cards are there, mostly there is something going on. The snake always points to more than one person in the relationship. So it means here there are triangle relationships going on. Maybe you're not aware of that, but since you have these two cards here together, I think unconsciously you already suspect there is something going on. So here this points to that you want to take care of yourself here. It's like you feel there's some emotional deception going on here. If you're in an artistic profession, this combination also, if you buy or you sell art, or you are in some way related to art, be careful also for art forgery, that you are not confronted with that, because this is what it presents also. So if you have feelings on distrust on some art that would not be real, maybe this is really like that. So you just be careful here with that one also. It's also possible that you're thinking about running your own business in abroad or on the internet, because I think here you are a quite creative person. So you think about recognition about your creativity. Maybe you want to do that in the internet. Maybe you want to do this in abroad. It's possible also sometimes because of your artistic, we already saw this already, that we withdraw ourselves, because a lot of artists sometimes need some space for making their creative art. It's possible also, if your emotions involve the relationship, then go so far, you need to take care of yourself. Don't let it go too far. Don't get emotionally too involved. We need to take care of ourselves also. So don't let it go too far for yourself as a person. Take care of yourself first. If you feel that it goes too far, just take a walk, go on your own somewhere. If there's some things going on, we need to take care also emotionally for ourselves, because the fox is self-care. So this laying tells that you need to take care of yourself also. If there's a possibility, if it's very strong emotions, maybe you can withdraw yourself in a more quiet area. Then we have, excuse me, then we have the fox and the mountain here in itself. Maybe if you want to do a profession yourself, an artistic profession or a profession yourself, you are cautious about it. You move slow, and maybe you should be slow. You should move slow, because the fox is cautious and the mountain is moving slow. And we have the snake here also. The snake only comes out if she's sure. If she's sure to move, she will move. So here probably there is some caution here. Also, it's possible if you put this old project in run, that everything goes a little bit slow, because the mountain tends to be slow. It slows things down. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but it's possible that it's gonna slow down a little bit. It's possible also, if you do some creative works, that these creative works that you are doing, that they are going a little bit slower, or your job in itself, it's all not going so very fast at this time. It's all going a little bit more slower. Possible also, it's that you have some kind of frustration about it. It's possible also with this combination that you know some people are lying to you, and it makes you frustrated because you know they are lying to you. Your work can be got a little slower. Sometimes also we need to see that we don't think that the difficulties are bigger than they actually are. Maybe the problem here is not so big, so don't make the problem bigger. Just relativize it here, the problem. So get a clear view how big your problem really is. Maybe some days, because you are very emotional also, it's difficult for you to work. You're cautious here, we saw that already. You become silent. Also, there's a form of self-defense here for your emotions. Also, maybe at some point you will say, if there's a conflict going on here, because we see the whip here also, you will say no means no. So this could literally be the case also. Then in the second line, we have the snake and the whip. The snake, as we said, it always points to triangle relationship. It points also to a very strong focus on certain points of our life, because the snake can be very focused. She's very strong-willed for getting somewhere. She's cautious. She waits to the right moment. She's intelligent. So this could be the case here also. So it's possible that you wait, because the whip is here ready to strike, that you wait until the right moment. It's possible also that you need to put a lot of energy in a study. It's possible also that some documents coming to you, and these documents cause you pain. Maybe something has been hidden for you or was not clear for you before, and these documents cause you pain. Maybe not physical pain, but mental pain. It causes you stress, maybe emotional stress, these documents that you are confronted with. Maybe there's some form here also going on of manipulation regarding these documents. In a way, it makes you all a little bit suffer. There's also some energy going on here, maybe some anger going on because of these documents. This is possible here also. If we have a relationship, it's possible also we have some discussions in our relationship about certain documents or certain facts that are coming up now. So we could have discussions about relationships things are coming out. Maybe it's about this third person that is involved in the relationship. This comes to light and you discuss about it with your current partner. This is possible here also that this is going on. It's possible also that you discover some messages or some secrets here that are related to those two people. This is possible also. Maybe you feel like you have the right on justice. This is what we see here also. You will not, if you are the one who is here in that the problems are caused to, you will clearly speak your mind after, but it's better here, we have the snake here. If you want to speak your mind about a relationship going on, a third relationship or a second relationship, it's best you speak your mind till you have all the facts, because the snake waits it out till she has all the facts. So you need to see, if you want to do some kind of thing, if you want actually expose this situation, you need to see that you have all the facts. You need to wait quiet till it's the right time. You need to be smart if you want to do something that is causing you pain here. In another way, if this is not going on at all, but I think it is, if you have some form of sexual relationship, it could mean that in your relationship you're quite active, sexually active. This is could what it mean also. You're quite active for doing so. If you're still studying, or if you're up studying for your job, possibly for getting more rooted, it's possible that is possible. If you're studying for getting more roots, for growing in your job, it's possible that you need to do a lot of efforts. Maybe you already have a lot of work and this study is additional, so you need to do a lot of efforts for getting there. So this is possible also. It could cause some delays, the study. This is possible here also with this combination. If you do a study, it's possible also, if you are more an alternative type, it's possible that you actually do an occult study. This is possible also with this combination. Here we see also often people who have an occult knowledge, and some of them can use this as a weapon, because we have the whip here. So this is possible. Also, if you are in partnership, then it's possible that the knowledge that you gain out of this problems that you have there, that you use that as a weapon against the other person. Of course, we need to be careful also, always, because we have the snake here, that this situation don't escalate. So be careful, protect yourself. Be careful if you come into an escalating situation, if you reveal certain facts. Here also this points that if you're still studying up, that the student becomes the master. This is what it points to also. It might be tough to do this study because we have the whip here. It might require a lot of energy. You study probably hard at home. Here you study hard. Additionally, it's like you train yourself actually for this study. Here you put a lot of efforts in it. You gain a lot of knowledge. It's possible also, if you don't come out with the secret and you don't want to come out, you're not that type for coming out, that because you have knowledge about certain facts, it causes you pain. This is what this combination also means. If you are an occult type, it's possible that the secrets of life literally are revealed to you. But the question, of course, probably you keep them to yourself because we have the book there. Some mystery going on here. Also, we will go later into that deeper, but I want to mention this here already. If you are planning to go abroad, or there's some interactions with abroad here, because we have these two cards here. If you go in abroad, it's possible there that you are confronted with some harsh actions. This is possible here also. With this combination, this is possible. Maybe something politics is going on there, or some changes are going on there. This is what we see in this combination here also. Here you work hard for this study, you get more knowledge here. We see this here also. You educate yourself, you put a lot of efforts in these studies. If there's a degree involved in the study, you are working hard for a certain degree. In a way, it's possible also, if you're in another line of work, it's possible also at this point sometimes to military studies. So it's possible if you're in that field here, this could point to military studies also, because we have the whip here and it's the card of energy. So this is possible also. Anyway, however you turn it here, these cards point to that you want to reach expertise in your field. You want to become an expert, and you want to become the person that people go to, the person with the knowledge, the person that they trust. You take it very seriously. It's not lighthearted here. This is happening. Sometimes if you do a certain study, maybe there are some discussions going on here, difference of opinion here. Maybe the study is hard, and sometimes the study makes you emotional, or the things you want to achieve make you very emotional. It's possible also that the relationship makes you very emotional here. Maybe in a way also about the things that happened, maybe it's not justified, but maybe you have a feeling of guilt here. You feel like guilty, but the question is if this is really necessary, or this situation is really solely your fault here. If you are still a younger person and you're studying, it's possible this points to the first intercourse also, this combination. You will be confronted here with a lot of conflicts here. It's like here, you are the type of a teacher, you will become the type of teacher that learned the profession the hard way. So probably you have encountered a lot in your life, and you become a teacher the hard way, like with real experience. I don't say you don't study, because you do, but also you have a lot of personal experience here. You're very disciplined. You're gonna make sure that you're very well educated before you start here, these things here. Also sometimes maybe you will not allow yourself to feel pain because you are focused here. Also, if you are in an occult study, or in a certain study, or any study at all, if you think that not everything is revealed to you, you will keep digging for the core of the problem, because the snake waits. The snake is smart. She wants to know how things are connected. You will never lose your curiosity to know how things are really working here. You see it also like a challenge. You want to know. And also, if you do certain studies, as you study some facts that are unknown to you, because the book is the secrets, some facts will be revealed to you. And these facts might be painful for you personally. So you will learn for it, but it also will cause you a certain form of pain. But you will grow in it, and you will become, if you are in the teaching area, this is a very good combination for becoming a practical, skilled teacher, a teacher who has a lot of abilities. Then we have the tree, the heart, the tree, and the woman here. The heart and the tree, it means that our heart is fixed on a certain person, it's fixed on a certain woman. But as we saw here earlier, there's something going on here. So it's possible that one of the two, his heart is still fixed. Maybe that is the cause of the pain. The other person may be ready to let go or is already intertwined in another relationship. But one of the two, his love or his or her love is still very fixed. I'm assuming here it's the female party because it's the woman in here, but actually this is a neutral card. But we will assume here that it's the woman. But if you are a man, it's possible also that you are the one who's still connected to the partner. You're deeply rooted. Maybe you're still in love, or you love some things about the partner before, but we saw here already there's some difficulties going on here also. It's possible also here, then we see here, maybe you thought before this is the love forever, but now there's some, for some reasons, some problems popped up. But before, the love was very deep. Maybe in a way it's still deep, but there's something going on here. You could still have the feeling of belonging. You still could have this feeling. This might be what makes everything, the moon there, so difficult. Then we have the tree and the woman. We come then a little bit back in the alternative side. It's possible also that you have a lot of knowledge about esotery, about herbs, about nature. So if this is an occult study, maybe it's related to it. This could also point to a healer somehow. It also could point to the fact that somebody in your family before had the same abilities. So you're not the first one in line, but maybe these people or these relatives never use that. But it's already embedded in some people. Maybe they even never talked about it, but some natural things you inherited from other people. If you know, you will know here what I mean. Maybe it is actually set in the family, but this is what it points to also. It's already in the DNA, in the family. It's rooted. The healing is already rooted here in the person here itself. It's inside. It's in the DNA. It's in the core already from birth. Possibly the person who had these abilities was female. We can interpret it here like that. It's possible also, if we see the cards as they are, that you are a good healer for women, specific for women then. In general, if we take this as a neutral card, that you are a good healer for people. This is what we see here. Then we have the vertical lines, we have the moon, the snake, and the heart. Here there's a strong desire. There's a strong desire to understand our own feelings. There could be some annoyance here, maybe because of the relationship. We already saw there's possibility for some infidelity going on here. This is coming back here in this line. It's possible that you want to expose this. Again, we see this here. Again, the exposing is here again, but I told you be cautious about that. In a way here, what is possible also is that you try to patch up. But the question will be then if you will not go turning around. So, or maybe it's not the first time this happens, but here the snake is turning around. So you need to see here also if this relationship is really what you want, that you are not turning around always in the same situation that caused your heart pain. This is what we see here also. It's like a relapse. that always comes back, because we have the circle of the moon and we have the snake that turns, and it's all related to the heart here. So we need to be careful about this one, this person also. Maybe this person has a way of being like that, who is connected like that. Maybe it's in his ways. It's possible also that you are angry. Sometimes you are angry here. You will need to concentrate on your emotions here. Again, if this is for your job, there's a lot of focus here. We saw that, a focus on the creativity here. There's also, if you want, you can, if you want to solve this situation, you can do this in a very wise way, because your mind knows how it is, but you will need to accept it. You are wise enough to accept it. Your mind and your witness are connected here. So you know how to solve it if you want to. Here then we have, if we are younger, it's, and this, the moon represents our mother. It's possible that our mother is a very sophisticated person. She's intelligent. This is possible here also. This then would be, if this would be your mother. There's a wisdom here. It's possible also that we always are confronted with a form of seducement. We are our partner is already always coming back. It's like always seduced by a certain person. It's like it's always coming back, this situation here. I mentioned that before already. Sometimes also this can have, if you are a woman, this could have an impact on your femininity, that you start to things seeing in another way. And if you are a man also, it could have an impact on your malehood, as they say. This could have an impact on it, this situation. Maybe in sometimes your, if you experience this for more than one time, you're tired of being literally cheated on. This is possible also. You're tired of it. It makes you maybe tired. Here also, this point also, like this combination here, it points to a lot of psychic abilities here that are already embedded, not only natural, but also psychic abilities here. Also, we saw already the occult studies. We see this here coming back. This is also coming back several times here in this lane. So maybe this group of people has a lot of abilities in that area, healing powers, sometimes also doctors that are healers in general. There's also a lot of inspiration here. Sometimes also if you are in the artistic field, you get a lot of forebodings what you're gonna do. You already know how it's gonna end, how you're gonna do it. You have a very good sense of direction where you want to go. You are able to follow trends. You are able to follow trends. It's like in the time, like in the 80s, Madonna, she was able to follow old trends, and the trends were part of her abilities. She was able to follow and create trends. This is here. You are able to follow and create trends. In a way also, we already mentioned there the rocks, but here this combination also points to silver. So this could be a combination. You work with rocks and silver, because the moon is silver. So this is possible here also if you're an artistic type. You enjoy your work here also. Also, if you progress in your work, it gives you a very good feeling. If your work is progressing here. Sometimes also, this combination maybe in your childhood, some parts of your childhood were difficult, And some of your creativity comes out of that, out of the difficulties in your childhood. Sometimes it's like that. Here we have the diplomacy again. We need to be diplomatic with the love, but see, we don't fall in the circle here again. Maybe some moments you feel really ruthless towards certain persons. It's like the emotions are going everywhere here. It's possible that here there's what is also possible here with this combination here. It's like a divination of the lover. This is possible also. So it's difficult for get out of this situation if there's like almost like a divination going on here also. Maybe sometimes it's very hard for you, and if you are the type, sometimes maybe you take some you smoke something that brings you in a higher sphere. This is possible here also with this combination. Here also what can be said here of this combination is what is the strongest, your wants, or do you fear your wants? Are you repressing or controlling? This is what it says also. Then we go the snake and the heart in itself here. Yeah, we come in the same again. I just see if I can add something here to that. Here, maybe this could mean, I think we already mentioned it slightly, that you don't want to give up on the lover, even you know what is happening. This is maybe an adding to this. You don't want to give up. You don't want to give up your heart. And it's like you want to create a situation that the lover still longs for you. This is this combination also. Then the second line here, we have the fox, the whip, and the tree. This can point, I already mentioned it, to jealousy. Here also, maybe we want to blame ourselves for certain things, but the question is if we are really to blame. Again, here, I told you, be careful if you come out with something that you are not provoking too much, that you don't come in a difficult situation. Then we have the whip and the tree. Maybe sometimes, I didn't mention this before, but because if this whole situation is difficult, it's like it's your body reacting on it. Some days maybe you feel like a little bit feverish here because of it, because this becomes because you're always chewing on the same topic here. You keep on chewing. We already saw it's like a vicious circle here. Here again, we see that if you are a very active person physically, it's possible that also our parents and our grandparents were very active persons, maybe military, maybe sports people. This is what can we see with this combination also. Or they might have been civil servants, but the army is also like is also serving for the government. It's some area of that. You also work hard to get your feet on the ground for your creative side. In a way, also, I think there's no way around this conflict, even if you are very diplomatic. Eventually, it needs to be said here. This is probably a problem that is slowly growing here. So, and it has an effect on our body. Then we have the book and the mountain in the book here. This could mean that some of the books that you have maybe come from abroad. Maybe the books are connected to abroad, and maybe part of the study is in abroad. If not so, this study could be connected to the internet. This is possible also. A lot of us learn on the internet now. because of the viruses that are going on everywhere. So people learn on the internet. Here, this is that you keep the secret for you. Some secrets, again, we have this here because the mountain is heavy, so it keeps the book closed. Maybe you want to educate yourself more, but for some reason, it's sometimes not easy for you to study. There's some obstacles going on here. You will not say everything that you know. We already saw that. Then we have the book and the woman. This points to, if this is you as a person, this points to a very gifted person, a person that is smart and intelligent person, a person who has knowledge out of books. Maybe this person also has a lot of knowledge about things abroad, if not a lot of knowledge from the internet. This person here, if this is you. There's a lot of education here, a lot of reading going on here. This person is aware of a lot of truths, that there are a lot of truths in the world. This person is aware of that. Then we have the moon, the whip, and the woman. This is that our feelings, the moon is our feelings, our mind is suffering. We come here again. We already had this, a lot of energy. It's possible also that we clean some areas of our life up here, because sometimes the whip functions as a broom. Here again, we see that maybe we saw the military also. We pursue a career in the military. We already saw this here before. This is then also working. You do something working at night. Some artists work a lot at night. This could be also possible here. Strong emotions, we already saw this here. If you are connected as a woman, we assume that you are the woman here in the corner. It's possible also that you fight for a suppressed women who have less rights than Europe or in the US, and you are like the lawyer for them or the spokesman. This is possible here also. It's another form of military, but it's like a lawyer that fights for the rights of women. This is what we see here also. For instance, it might be that you fight for certain groups, women groups that in certain cultures have less rights. Maybe you make this your cause. Also, here, there's the stress here. Then we have the whip and the woman itself, a very energetic person. We already saw this. Then we have the cross here, the mountain, the whip, and the heart. Yeah, a lot of things are coming back here. Sometimes also, even if the situation is harsh, you will not react. You will wait it out. This is what this means. This is something I didn't mention before yet, because the mountain is unmovable, even if it's provoked sometimes. We cannot move the mountain. The only thing we can do is go around the mountain. Even if persons criticize you, you will be unmovable because you are smart. Here, this is, in a way, also this is the broken heart. If some facts will be acknowledged to you, this could also point to a broken heart. A lover quarrel here also we see here. Also, you will be, in some areas, you will be cynical. Maybe you are already very advanced. It's not the first time and you become a little bit cynical here. you express yours, that you are cynical also. And also in a way, there's a soft side to it because the heart is connected. So Libra, for the air group, this is not an easy laying because there's a lot of circles going on here. It's like this situation is already going on for a while. You will need to make your own decisions, and that's sometimes also a problem for Libra for making decisions. It's the hard side of Libra for finally deciding where this is going to go. Maybe that's why it keeps on going in circles, but you're the master of your own fate. You will know what to do best here. So I hope you enjoyed this card reading, Libra. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings here connected to this video. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Hello, Libra, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for the card reading for September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that starting 27 September, Mercury is running retrograde. It's not a good time to sign contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name on in an official or an unofficial way. It's not a good time to do so. This period is from 27 September up to 18 October. Also, it's best to avoid to buy some new gadgets like electronics, cell phones, even housekeeping equipment like microwaves or whatever, or laundry machines. Why? Because these are connected to warranties, and then there's a possible warranty problem. These are all problems that are connected to Mercury retrograde. It's also possible that you encounter more traffic jams, that your bus is delayed, that your train is delayed, that your flight is canceled. If you want to receive certain packages, the packages are wrongly delivered. They don't arrive. Your mails don't come on time. All these things are connected to Mercury retrograde. So if you can avoid during this period for avoiding signing contracts, it's the best thing to do. If for some reason you feel urged to sign a contract, just double and triple check all the fine print so you don't encounter problems later on, because sometimes it's difficult if we sign a contract to get out of it. So anyway, here we go for your card reading for the stone group of Libra. The first card that we see here is the Whip. So this means probably for the moment you don't have an easy period of time, especially we have the cross next to it. So maybe if you are a woman, maybe you are a woman, but we assume this is a neutral card. But anyway, if you are a woman or you are that's the person card there. So it's possible now that you, for the moment, you suffer as a person. There's some suffering going on in your life. Maybe the cross is the course of our life. So it's like this pain that we are experiencing now, it's like it has to be. It's like it's our fate, it's our share of life that we now are in these moments that are causing us pain as a human being. We are suffering from this here, from this pain that we are experiencing now. This pain could also be related in a way to our religion, to our spirituality. It's possible that this in a way is causing us some pain also. In a way also this points to in the future, after this period is gone, this will finally come to an end. Maybe this is already going on for a while. It means that this period is going to end here because we have the cross behind the Whip. So it's this period of pain or suffering is going to come to an end soon. Then we have the cross and the woman on itself. This points to a spiritual person or a religious person. This could literally be a person that is a spiritual leader, a priest, somebody who's involved in some way in spiritualism or religion. This could be the case here also. It's also possible that this situation for you as a person causes you a form of stress. You get stressed because all this suffering, it bothers you, but you need to build up a certain tolerance. It's like here, like you are tested as a person. For some persons, it's like their fate will be tested. Um, it's not an easy period here. Certain ideologies also might cause us pain. Some religious things that cause our pain, maybe it's a problem because of some dogmatic points of view that people are applying on us or that we are seeing in our life here. But this all is very dutiful, so we endure the pain, we take the responsibility that is going on in our life. Then the second line, we have the ship, the lily, and the fox. The fox is mostly related to our job. So it's possible that the cause of our life, our working life, is going in a very good direction, because the lily are the cause of our career. And we have the fox next to it. So maybe you have a career that has to do with something abroad, with something that can also mean shipping goods. This is also, or money, it can have to do with money, that you are involved in the money sector somehow. The money sector is connected to you. But anyway, how we see this is that there's a steady progress here in the career, and the career is very important to you. Then we go on the ship and the lily itself in details. It's possible also, even though we don't have an easy time, that there is some, if we are, that is from the point, we are, can be a religious person, but we go here, we see from the fact that we are not a priest, but here we can still be a religious person or a spiritual person. But here in this context, we can see this as a person that is exploring its own sensuality. Maybe this field is rather new, but it's like here you want to have more, become more experienced in the field of sensuality, if touching and feeling certain feelings that you want to learn here in your life. It's like maybe before you were under certain strict regimes, and it's like you miss something in your life and you want to explore this. It's possible if you have some exploration with a partner, since we have the ship here, that for first starters, that this partner is older, but it's also possible that this person has a different culture than you have. This is possible here also. But everything here, it happens a little bit discreet. There's no much talking about it. We keep it in discreet because the fox, he operates till dusk and dawn. So we don't communicate with other people around it. We keep this discreet. So there's some discretion going on here. It's possible also that there's a vacation connected to it, but it doesn't mean we're going to share that vacation, that we have this vacation, and that there is some sensuality or even sexuality involved, because the ship can also relate to some adventure that we take, a sexual adventure, literally. It's possible that we don't share this with other people close to us. We just keep it to ourselves. Also, this trip, if we do so, if we engage in this trip, it brings us a certain form of rest. It will relax us. Maybe this is a trip to a quiet area, maybe to a winter area. This is possible, or an area where it's not so very warm is possible. But since we have the ship is exotic, so it's also possible that it's a place in abroad, but where it's not so warm. Maybe it's like a resort more in the mountain area, because the both are combined here. So in some exotic countries, there are also colder areas. So this is possible here also. This is an older person. The trip will relax you. This could also mean maybe one of the persons here because the lily can sometimes represent a teacher, somebody who teaches somebody something. This is what we have here. This person could, you could be the fatherly figure for that person, or that person is the fatherly figure, the one who teaches you something. He can teach you something for your self-interest here. This is what is possible here also, but you experience him as a loving figure, a fatherly figure. This is possible here also. If you are a man, this could be an older woman for you, that makes you enjoy certain patterns in your life, certain enjoyments that you have an experience with an older woman, and the rest applies what I said earlier. It's possible that this partner that you have, that you are the one who are more inexperienced, and that this partner is older and more experienced in this field. It's like she's teaching you sensuality here. This is what we see here also. This person could have quite some funds. Maybe she or he is the one who is paying for this vacation. Because the lily is older and the ship represents money. Maybe there are some, I'm going to mention this here, there's some possibilities here. If you want here, you have the possibilities here for making some changes in your life. If you have too much suffering, maybe in your life, it's time for a change. This is possible. Maybe this is why this person came in your life. This older person came in your life for helping you out of the difficult situation. Maybe that's why encountered each other. We have the cross here. So maybe it's meant to be, because the cross is above this person. So maybe it's fated that you meet each other. Also some moral things that were very moral for you, borders you did not cross. Sometimes the ship let cross us borders. So it's possible that some things you considered as impossible now, that these doors are open for you, and that you go along with it. Maybe before you were very restrictive, but now you want to experience that. This person teaches you this in an easy way, so it's easy for you to go along and make some changes in that way. It's possible also that this actually is a wise change. It's necessary to change that. Then we have the lily and the fox in itself. Here, this points to that if you have a very steady job, even on your job, there will be improvements on the financial side. So this means that financially we get better, we have better job offers, we rise in our job, we go higher up, we have opportunities here. This is possible here also. There's a spiritual connection also with this person here. It's possible also that this person that you encounter here, if this is an older person, this person works very hard. This person works very hard. Probably you are a hardworking person also, but this older person that you would encounter here, he is a hardworking person also. It's a person like it's dutiful, a dutiful person, a disciplined person. There's coming more job opportunities. These job opportunities also bring more money. We see this here already. If you proceed here, it's best if we get opportunities. We think about these opportunities, but the opportunities are good that we are getting here. That's not the case, but maybe we want to think about if we want to take on more responsibility. But if you do, there is more money involved if you say yes. Maybe sometimes also you are a little bit distrustful because these opportunities are offered to you. Maybe you are not used for getting some presents, but they are offered to you, and also it makes you a little bit cautious, maybe a little bit shy. You're not used for receiving gifts if something is offered to you. if you are in a government job, which is possible also, that would mean if you're in a steady job, this could also point out that you work for police or something, or some federal agency here, or even military police is possible here also. Maybe it's connected to something abroad. This is possible also. Then we have the child, the heart, and the letter. It's possible here the child is something new, and it's possible maybe we suffer before, but slowly our heart is opening. Like the child is new, it's new, a new beginning, and like it's like we are opening our heart again. Like we have a childish heart here. We want to experience childish love again. Maybe this person brings that to us. In a way, also what is possible here also, what it also is, if you have children here, I want to mention this also, that we love our children dearly. There's a lot of communication with our children, and maybe it's even possible, if we have our children, that our children give our things that have value, because the letter is more, they communicate with us, but the letter is a substantial document. It can mean a document that actually has value. So maybe sometimes you get gifts from your children that actually have value, something that you can change for money, or that has value for you as a person. Here also we see an experience here again for on the love field, the child and the heart. So we already saw that there. This comes back here. It's also possible that you start to care for this person. You love your children. We saw also. Maybe it makes you a little bit scared. Maybe it's a long time, or maybe it's the first time that you love. If you're younger, it could be the first time that you love. And if you are older, it could be that it's the first time you love again after a very long time period. This could literally also mean a letter, a love letter, a letter from love, from your lover. This could mean also maybe there's communication and some declarations of love are made here. This is like the first steps here. We feel vulnerable because we have never been in a situation like that, or it's the first time we are in this situation. Maybe also you tease each other sometimes a little bit. Also there's compassion. Maybe this person, you explained the situation to a certain person and he understands your suffering. So there's, because the heart understands the suffering, it has compassion. It's possible that you actually let each other know that you love, that you agree with this new love. Then we see here, we see the whip, the ship, and the child. I think here, with this combination, you're ready to move out of this difficult situation, because the ship makes us move. It's a mobile thing, it's a vehicle, so it makes us move. So it's like you're ready to move on from this situation, and here the child is something new. You want to do something new, you want to get out, and you want to restart. This is what this combination means in the first side. This is also a very energetic combination, so it's possible that if it's too far, you suddenly take that decision. But since the width is double, it's possible that this has certain consequences, because the width is 2, so it's possible that this has a 2-spole. So it's possible that this gets, that it's not immediately finished, but the steps could be taken here. Also, this situation will teach you something very important, a very important lesson of life you learned. You will try to avoid from ever getting in this situation again. there's something that you learned us, and possibly also this person, he will give his opinion about this point of view, and you will learn also from him, and he will learn from you. You will learn from each other. There's a compassionate understanding here between the two. You will, things for your path of life will become more clearly to you. You will, after the suffering, it will become clear to you why you endured that. Here also, it's possible also with this combination here that you are an instructor of some kind, and that you teach something to others. Maybe these people are new in the field, newbies, and you are the one who initiate them for the first time. It's a little bit like, I make an example here only, it's like a drill sergeant in the army who confronts you first time with certain information or certain activities in some kind of business. Maybe you are the one initiating people in certain facts of the business here. This is what we see here also. It's also possible in your job, you are responsible that everything works, functions well. You keep everything in order. You make sure there is no leftovers. Everything is cleaned up here in your work. It's like you are the cleanup crew here. It's possible that this is connected also to abroad, that some documents come from abroad, and or something like that, or that you are involved in abroad, and that you literally need to make things clean up in abroad. You are the one who responsible that this takes place. You're the one in charge for making sure that everything goes there according to certain rules, regulations, that you imply here. This is possible here also. In some cases, this could point also to a doctor maybe for children. If you are involved professionally, if you're a man, if you're involved professionally, this could also point to military operations in abroad. If not military operations, it's like sports in abroad. So this could point to that also here. If you are in that form of military, this card also tells you to watch out what you're doing. If you're in dangerous military operation, you need to take care. You need to look carefully around you so that everything goes according to plan, because maybe something unexpected pops up that you didn't foresee, because the wick is double. So it's possible, if you are in military involved, that you need to be very cautious what you're doing there, that everything goes according to plan, that you are not getting stuck somehow. Maybe this kind of operation is new for you, so be careful that you have covered all your angles. Here then we see it's possible also, if you were departing from a certain relationship, at a certain point you have some feelings of guilt here. But the question is if this is really necessary, because maybe the situation was very painful. It's possible also, if you depart, that some people are being harsh on you because of this leaving. This is possible here also. Then we have the ship and the child in itself. maybe the country where you are planning to go on this holiday, it's not such a big country, it's rather a small country. You have never undertaken a journey similar. Could be like a shorter trip. And this could be also the first trip of several. Maybe this is not the last trip. If you take a trip with some person, even if you are in the military also, or if this is about your relationship with the lover that you go somewhere, this will not be the last trip. This is the first of many. So there's more to follow here. But you will enjoy what you're doing here, whatever the situation. You have like a strong wanderlust to explore what is there. You will also will need to follow certain guidances there. And if you are a parent and your child is already more mature, it's possible that soon your child is leaving the nest. It's ready to go in maturity. Then we have the cross, the lily and the heart. The cross and the lily. Here, with this combination, you should allow yourself peace of mind. Maybe for now you don't, you have no peace of mind, but actually you should. You should leave yourself some peace of mind here with this combination. But maybe this other person, he helps you with that for allow you to have peace of mind, maybe because of the relaxing that is going on there. If you suffered for a long time, also sometimes it's difficult to see a different point of view, but actually this will be a good thing to get out of this situation. Here also, if we are more the younger type of person, if we are younger here and we are planning to have intercourse with certain persons, we are, it's mentioned here to us, or it's advised here to us to be careful and maybe to use contraception. This is what is told us here also. Here there are the virtues again. This is your faith here that is coming up again. You're very devoted to your faith or your religion. It's difficult for you. Maybe that's also one of the reasons why you endured the situation for a certain period. Because sometimes this could be like we have certain convictions and that's why we stay in the situation. Some maybe you think this is part of it, that is part of life. This is part of your path to go. In a way also, maybe part of your job then. There's an altruistic part in your work maybe that you love. If you help others, there's like some things that are that you do selflessness, like here is in the job also. This is also here. Then this comes on the lovers again. This is a passionate relationship to come here, or is there already. You enjoy this relationship, you enjoy this this companionship, there's compassion here again. Even maybe there's some romantic nights here to see here. This is like quality time with the lover here that we see here. There might be even, because the letter is here, some poetry and some romance, some love songs here also that we see here. This could be a new experience for you, this whole romantic area. This points also to a person with a pure heart here that we see here. And eventually you will find peace in this new love relationship. Then we have the vertical line here. This is the woman, the fox, and the letter. This points to a person who has a lot of suspicions. She's very cautious here. This person is cautious. This person also is smart, witty, but very cautious. This is a person also with integrity. The person could look also very female, not too boyish, very female. Then, as I said earlier, maybe there's some problems in the relationship. We already mentioned that if the fox is here, we always need to be careful with any form of relationship. I'm not saying here because the love is here, but maybe this is another relationship that we were in or we are still in. So we need to take the time to observe. If this is not from a previous relationship, you probably will move very slow. Maybe you're the slow type of person and you will move slow in your actions with this person. But the rest that I said here before is also there in the possibilities. The cards offer us possibilities. You are the one who need to execute. Here, this could point to a person who literally works with money or with documents that have value. This is what we see here. We saw the money there already. Or it's possible that you're responsible for important documents that they are part of your life, of your work. Sorry, there's important documents are part of your job. Maybe it's some to do with certification or money in itself. Maybe it's important information that you need to share. The fox sometimes operates between dusk and dawn. So it could also be that somehow there's some secrecy involved here in these documents. If I connect that to the military, this could be like military documents that are not for everybody's eyes. It's like for your eyes only. This is the kind of documents that we see here that this person could be responsible for. This person guides these documents. Then we have the whip, the lily, and the letter. It's possible also that even though you are in a difficult situation, you stay passive aggressive. You don't interact even if you are provoked. In some cases, I will go back a little bit in time now, but it's possible that our father was not an easy person, that he was quite strict, that our father was quite a strict person. This is possible here also. It's possible that your father wanted you to get very high in the society. There was like a kind of motivation for getting you higher up, but it also brought some conflict. It's like the father brings you in a provocative situation, and this situation, you have no other choice than to move up. This is this kind of combination that we see here also. Maybe the father was highly skilled in his territory. I would almost say this is like a debt collector or something like that. Um, and then also maybe is a little bit distant towards us, this person here. This combination also points to, we saw that earlier, is achieving wisdom by pain. This is this combination also. So maybe because of the course of our life, we became or we become a wise person. This is possible also with this combination. It will, maybe it's not something easy, but eventually it will turn you into a master. It will turn you into a master in some fields of your life. If not so, if you are in a creative profession, this could make you like a master of the arts, a master of creativity, somebody who has to do something with visual and performing arts, even music and dance here, but something that requires energy. We would then almost be in the form of like ballet, like it's like a very expressive, very structured form, something like that. If you would be traveling, it's like the situation would be very contradictory. This is like a situation that we have a hot Christmas, like we are in an exotic island and the temperature there is very warm. This is also this combination that we see here. It's possible that some of your of the people in your close to you are high placed magistrates or high placed military or high placed policemen. This is possible also with this combination. It might be possible also that some of them are in a way friendly or friends to you, friendly or friends. Maybe even judges here are possible. Judges are possible here also. It's also possible that these are people that that teach others, like a judge need to make a verdict. So it's possible also. Or maybe this person that you encounter is in these professions. It's possibly connected to that. Maybe this person has a lot of life experience, and in that way you connect with each other because you come out of a suffering situation. This is possible here also. Then this is a wise handling. If there's a conflict coming to you, you will be handling it in a very wise way. Maybe there's a guide for you, somebody who tells you how to act if you are confronted with some difficult situation. Maybe it's this same person again that helps you. Here, then the lily and the letter. This is official news. This is news from this is actually an official document, a document from the government. It's an important document because the cross is above it, and probably you will like the document that it's coming to you because the heart is here. So this is like an official document that we are receiving. It's possible that this document is literally old, but in a way it's official. It's an official document. It's like an archive. It could be a news from an older person that you receive after a very long time. This is possible also. It's like the message has been protected before and you could not reach it, and now it suddenly comes available. This is also possible here. There's a lot of communication, peaceful communication, these two cards here. It's possible also that this situation, if you were in a difficult situation, this has a certain effect on your health. And it's possible that you feel a little bit under the weather and you go to a doctor, and this is then the doctor this is then the result of the doctor. But you have the heart next to it. So I think this is going to be a positive, a good result. But it's possible that you are a little bit stressed about this whole situation that you were in before. The communication will become also more clean, as they say, because we have the whip there and the letter. So the communication will have the communication will transform in another way. There will be clean communication. Then the other cross, we have the woman, the lily, and the child. If you're a man, and the other way, this means if you are a very virtuous person before, this meaning that because we always saw this in the side of a woman, but now we see it reversed. If you are a man, some sensual woman can come into your life. A person that is more sensual, she's used to touch. Maybe she touched you a lot, and you are not used of that territory, but in a way you like it. It's new for you, but you like it. Maybe this person touch you in a very heartly way, very from the heart, from the koro. So this is possible here also with this combination. But as I said, we always need to be careful. You probably will tread very lightly because you have the fox there. But I'm thinking here, you expect something new out of us. You have expectations about this relationship. This is like, this combination is like, when a woman wants it to happen, it happens. This is what this combination tells us. This is like the future lover already, and we saw here there's a lot of nice things coming if this part is behind us. In a way, also what this could also mean, but I don't see the tower here, but this is like a close old friend here that is coming to us. Maybe somebody out of our childhood. Maybe even somebody who you didn't see, or but you are acquainted with the person, and it's somebody you liked before, and this person you know already for a long time, but maybe now this person becomes close to your heart, but they are not new for you. It's like you are acquainted with the person before, because the lily is here. So it's somebody like a close friend that becomes closer to your heart. This is what we see here also. We see here the art form again, enjoying art, music together, enjoyment here. If you are a man, this woman will show you certain things that you are not aware of. She will teach you things. In return, maybe you don't notice this, but this woman likes that you appreciate her, which is normal, but she expects some that you recognize her abilities as a friend, as a lover. So maybe here it's best you speak that out sometimes to her. This is also a diplomatic person. This is a person also who has a lot of life experience. Maybe in her job, if this is a woman, she's high placed, high status, maybe a diplomat, maybe even a judge, is a person that is high placed or higher in the society. Maybe this whole process, it will take some time because the lily is slow. So this will be, I think, a slow process, but a progressive process that is going on here. Maybe this person that you meet after a long time, she was long time single, very long time single, and now you encounter each other's path again. But I think this woman was a long time alone. Then we have the lily and the child. Um, Here we see again here that this person will teach you a lot. She has a lot of experience in certain areas. I think for the Libra, for the stone group, we have said everything here. Most things are coming back. Anyway, Libra, I hope you enjoyed your card reading for the stone group. If you enjoyed this card reading, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are connected here to this video. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye. Thank you. Hello, Libra, and welcome to your card reading. Welcome to the matches or the fire group. Before we start, I want to mention, I mentioned it in all groups, that Mercury is going retrograde starting 27th of September, meaning it's not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, any form of document where you need to put your name under that you engage in obligations. You will also see during that time that public traffic, public transport that you take, it might be delayed, your train is delayed, your flight is cancelled, your flight is delayed. Packages that you receive at home don't show up, they show up in another place, they got wrong delivered. Mails that you are waiting on are not coming, or they are late, so you receive the news late. This is all connected to Mercury retrograde. Our mind, the mind of the collective of all people during that time seems to work a little bit slower, and this is what causing literally all the delays. It's also not a good time for buying new electronics like cell phones or computers, and also like housekeeping things like laundry machines or microwaves. Why? Because these are connected with the contract to the warranty, and maybe some problem with the warranty is coming. Anyway, if for some reason you feel urged or compelled or obligated to sign a contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because mostly there's something wrong, or after you change your mind and you cannot get rid of the contract anymore. But in general, it's not a good idea to sign contracts during this period. This being said, we start with the card reading now for the fire group of Libra. The first card we see here is the man. If you're a woman, it means that you are very close to a man. If you are a woman, it means that a man is very close to you. And if it means that this person probably is already a little bit more matured. If he's not more matured, it's a very experienced person. This is your personal card. So one of the two, a man is close to you, to a woman or to a man. This could be represent yourself as a man also. So it means if you are a man, you probably have some life experience. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are older, but you have a lot of life experience in some areas. Maybe you are some form of a mentor, or maybe the man that is close to you is a mentor. I need to see this double now. This could also mean in another way than in a sexual way that this man is quite sexually experienced. Also, this person is very energetic. It's an energetic person. If this would be your lover, this would point to a very energetic lover. Even though if the person is already a matured age, this person will still be energetic, or he will have a lot of experience. This is what we see here. This is like a sensual person. It's possible also that this person is in a way connected to some arts. He's connected to, let's say, like he's an artist, or he do something with music. This is possible here also, or he's a painter. That is possible also. This is a very passionate person in the way that we see here, a very energetic person. this person could also be like modest, sober. Maybe this is a person that is also long time single being before. If this is for a relationship, maybe before you engaged in this relationship, this person was a long time single. Then we have the lily and the whip in itself. It's possible also that this person is, if you have a certain argument with this person, that he's quite assertive in communication. He's not the type that will let him overtalk. He's very debatable, this person. Excuse me. If you have a relationship with this person, it's possible that if he's very active in his field of artisticity, it's possible that some periods then he withdraws, and he's very active in the skills that he's doing in his artistic way. It's possible that during that time there is less connection with his wife or with his partner, because he's very focused here on the job. This is possible. Sometimes if you have a partner in the artistic field, you will know what I mean. If these people are composing or if they are working some artist work, sometimes they finish, they work late at nights because they are inspired to finish their work. So this is what we see here also. Sometimes maybe for the other partner, this is not so easy, but it's the choice that we make if that is our partner. If this person is in another kind of profession, he could also be like a person who it could be like a judge, also somebody who needs to judge others. In some cases also this could point to a religious person, a person who needs to evaluate other persons. In a way, he needs to give punishment to other persons, in some cases like a judge, or sometimes a priest need to evaluate people also. This is like making evaluations here. He need to check the morale of certain people, like a vicar or a priest or whatever. This don't necessarily need to be a man, but sometimes the roles are reversed also in the layings. This is possible also, but both are here. So we are assuming from the fact that since both are here, that this is a man. Energetic, as I said here. Maybe this person also, even if he has a mature age, he's still very active. Maybe he's as a hobby, he supposed also some sports. He do sports also. He's like a guide. He guides people. He's like, this could also represent a guider of souls. He guides his souls. This is what we see here also. And then we have this person also, if he has a discussion, he's very passionate about discussions. Maybe he is a type that likes to discuss. He likes to express his opinion. Also, he has strong convictions about honesty also. He's also willing to listen, possibly. Also, he has very high expectations of himself. Then we have the second line here. We have the dog. Before we continue here, because the man and the woman are here in the same line, this points to a friendship relationship a very close friendship relationship between a couple. So if this is a couple of man and woman, they are not only married, but they are also friends, because the dog is in the middle. They are very close friends with each other also, if they are a couple. Then we have the dog, the fish, and the clouds. The dog points to friendship. So these persons, they have a lot of friends in common. They have a lot of friends in common. They probably operate in the same social circles. Probably if they operate in the same social circles, they think about, if they encounter problems, they think about common problems. Also, it's possible they are business related, because sometimes the lily points to the cause of life. If this person is not in religion or something, this points to a business. And these two people, this couple, they work together for making more business. They think how they can improve their business. This is what we see in this line here. There are many friends here that they have. They have a lot of communication with these friends. These friends are probably involved in their business, or they are customers, because the dog can represent customers also. Their friends are customers also, or the customers are their friends. They have a good relationship with them. Maybe there are several businesses, more than one. There could be a strong focus on the business here, especially for earning money. Then we have the woman, the house, and the fox. Mostly this combination here points to working independent in your home. If not, this means that these are the colleagues. Then there's a strong focus, and we need to be careful that our colleagues that we work with are all honest with us. So sometimes this is the question, if this is the case, because the fox tells us we always need to look around us on the field where he is. We need to be cautious, we need to be smart. So it's possible here that there's something going on in that area. If you are in a relationship with a certain woman, or with a partner, it's best also to look around you if something is, if all is happening correct, because the fox tells us to be cautious, to look around us. The fox operates between dusk and dawn, so he's like an investigating figure. So here, maybe it's best to look around for the partners, what is exactly happening here with the relationship. Then the woman and the house in itself. This woman is in charge of our housekeeping. She's the one in control of the house. She's a very family-oriented person. She's managing the housekeeping also here. That is what we see here. She's very close connected to land and country, or that's we see also like a little bit patriotic, also traditional. Traditional rules are followed here. This is a person that don't take risk, is a low risk person. If they have a business, they will do business with low risks. They will not take very big risks in the business that they are doing. They are traditional, they don't take risks. Everything is planned ahead. There's low risk, and the innovations that they do will not be very strong. So the business that they have is probably traditional, regular, and also there's a certain order in the business, a certain strictness in the business. Certain patterns are followed here. Then we have the fox and the house in itself, the house and the fox. This person has a lot of practical intelligence. She's been in life, as we say. In a way, if you are colleagues here, You cannot also sometimes believe everything your colleagues tell you. If your colleagues or your friends visit you at home, even if they visit you at home, don't believe everything they say. Maybe something is off there here. If you have suspicion about some things, maybe this suspicion is righteous here. This is what we could see here also. Also, it points, if we have a business at home, we need to be very focused on the business. We need to think about ourselves, our business first. You and your husband need to think about the business first. It's very important that you do so. In another way, if you're planning a move, but I don't see a move here, this could also point on buying a house. This could also point to that. If you buy a house, even if you're a woman, you're possibly a very practical type. If your husband knows a lot things to do, you also know a lot. So you both could be active in rebuilding a house. The woman has a lot of practical skills here. Maybe the man is less practical than the woman. Here we take care of our housekeeping. We orient ourselves. We are identifying ourselves strongly with the family tradition. We are strongly connected to the people close to us. This is what we see here also. You need to take care of your family members also, and you have to. Then we have the man and dog. I told you here already before, this is a man that we are friendly with. In a way, it could also mean our brother, that our brother is our friend, and our sister is our friend also. If there are two, our brothers and our sisters are our friends. This is what it means also. In a way, it's also possible that our colleagues are our friends, but since we have the fox here, we need to be a little bit cautious with that one, because the fox sometimes is half-hearted friend, so we need to be a little bit careful with that one. The man is our friend, our brother is our friend, our sisters are our friend, we befriend each other. Here these people communicate in a friendly way with each other. It's possible also, before they do anything, these people always ask permission of each other. They don't do anything without each other's approval. Then we have the lily, the fish, and the house. This means if we have a house of business, money is coming to us. It's possible something career-like we do for a long time already. We are very focused on it. We want to earn money with it. This is the first thing that we see. I'm assuming here the man is the one with the experience, and the woman gained experience with being with him, but he's the one with the original experience in this field. But they both make money now with each other, and this money is coming to the house. This is literally money that is coming to the house with experience that we gained through the years of our career. Also, this couple enjoys material pleasures of life. They do business honest. They have an honest business. If they deal in finances, this points to financial honesty. Possibility is also here. They're working with money, and somehow there's some money involved. If they do honest business with money here. Maybe their business is related to older people, because the lily is older, so maybe they do some business like additional retirement funds, or they do retirement funds. This is possible also with this combination. They take care of olders, their money. This is possible also. Also, they like their job. They find gratification in the job. their work is very good. This is high quality work. They have certain business ethics that they keep, honest business dealings. Sometimes also it's possible that these people give money to charity. This is possible also. They have certain virtues that they keep. Also, it gives them probably a good feeling that they give to charity. It makes them give. They earn money. Probably they earn a lot of money, but it gives them also a good feeling to give away. They receive and they give. They try to balance here in the middle here. They are very strong connected to their family property. Their house is very important for them. They protect the family also. It's possible that both or one of both is coming from money. The man or the woman is coming from money. This is possible also that we see here. Or maybe the house that they live in was property of the woman and they kept the house, but now here we see that they of course they combine the funds here. We see that here, but this points to the family property. Maybe the property came from the side of the woman. They bought a family property. This is possible here also. Then we have the fish and the house here on itself. Here also, these people are still, even if they are older already, these people are sexually very attracted to each other. They still are attracted. Even if the couple is older, they are still sexually very attracted to each other. This is what we see here also, because the fish multiplies the attraction. This gives physical attraction. So I think this couple is very attracted to each other still. They work in the home, they're working from home. They gathered a lot of property, but one of both probably came out of money already. It's probably also that one of both comes out of a large family, or they have a large family, but I don't see directly the children here, but one of them comes out of a large family. This is family business, and maybe the business even was related to where they come from. So maybe the man, the business came from the man, and the woman go in the business, and now they are both in the family business of the man. But there's a very good balance here. They are very comfortable here, both with money. Their home is their work. They value comfort, and they consider their house as their property. Here also, this is what we see here also. Then we have the whip, the clouds, and the fox. The whip and the clouds is meaning like maybe for the moment they're thinking about some changes regarding the work, or maybe there are some things that are not very clear in the work. Maybe there's a difficult period going on, maybe some situation changed, and it doesn't mean they don't earn anymore, but maybe they are confronted with some difficult situation for now, and this situation makes them think how to proceed in the job. If you are an employee, this is the same applying on you. Maybe you experience a difficult time and you think about how you want to continue this. It's possible that your mind is a little bit confused now, and you don't know how to continue with this situation here. You cannot see things clear. Maybe you have been in a thinking pattern for a very long time, the same thinking pattern. And sometimes this suggestion, this combination suggests that you should think out of the box. Maybe that is the solution to the problem here. Like sometimes if we are stuck, we need to think out of the box. regarding the job or regarding the work. So maybe the solution that you need to find is not a traditional solution. We need to think sometimes out of the box. This is what we see here also. It's possible also during this period we are thinking a lot about our past. We're thinking a lot about our past here. For some reason also we might think here that we are in a way responsible if we are in a difficult situation now, that we are the one responsible for that, but it's not necessarily so. Maybe it's just the times that have changed and you need to adjust to the times. This is possible here also. There could be some misunderstandings. You could misunderstand some situations. Maybe people are not, if you misunderstand something, people are not very happy about that you misunderstand things, but you didn't do it on purpose, but you misinterpret the information. This is also possible, and it's possible this creates some kind of conflict related to your job. This is possible also. It's like there is no clarity what is the argument actually about. So if this is the case, it's best to let it rest for a while. Then we have the clouds and the fox in itself. Maybe if you're stressed about certain situation, you feel like eating your stress off. This is possible here also. We could be feeling, because we cannot solve the problem directly, we could feel a little bit lost, like we lost our thread, literally. We are a little bit in despair, but this will not be a dramatic solution to solve, because there are already some funds here, so we can take care of ourselves. Also, sometimes this tells us if we are a long time in a certain field, we need to upgrade certain knowledge that we have. This might be attached to the problem that we have. Maybe we were not aware of certain things that have changed, and this could be causing the problem also here that we have. Then we come in the cross. We have the man, the fish, and the fox. The man is this represents a man who has money. This is literally what it represents. This is a person who do business. He's independent. He's an entrepreneur. He also likes to earn money. He likes to earn money with his business that he's do as an independent. He works hard. He has certain values that he has. Maybe also a lot of man connected to his business, because this is a man and this is multiplying. So some man could be maybe the most of the customers or more customers for him would come for him, and then the female customers come for the woman because they work together. So this is possible here also because they overlapping each other. Yes, male values. He's very traditional. Also, the woman is traditional. Both are traditional. Then we have the fish and the fox in itself. Also, these people like to earn money. They enjoy, and they enjoy to give. It's possible here with this that after this period of thinking, because it's like they are stuck here a little bit in some problems. It's possible that after this whole period of thinking, something new is popping out. So maybe they gain some knowledge, or maybe they go in another angle of the business. This is possible. Something new pops up here. And after this new pops up, more money will come in. This is just a temporary delay. Also, these people high value their independence. They will adapt to this difficult situation. They will try to solve the problem, as most entrepreneurs do. Then we have the whip, the fish, and the woman. Also, this woman, she puts a lot of energy in earning money. It's important for her also. She's not, if the business goes slower, she will not allow that. She will put energy in so things move again. Maybe she also is, she gives money advice. I already told her maybe she's the advisor. She give the man is more the entrepreneur, but the woman could be literally the advisor. There are multiple streams here. I think the money here comes from more than one side. It's maybe money related, but there's more than one thing going on here because the fish is multiple. They also, if they want to get a contract, a certain contract, they are honest business people, they will go for it. If they have competition, they will be harsh on the competition because they want the customers. Here they are strong business related. They want to go for it. Here, more is coming to them here. Here also, in their relationship, they have very strong sexual attractions to them, but they have also very passionate sex here in this lane. I can see this one also. The woman is also very business-minded. She's an expert in her field also. Also, people like the way she do business. People like her way, and probably the customers of the guy, they like him also. They are both traditional. This is a very good business lane for a couple. These people are very strongly connected for business and for intimacy. They are very strong connected. This is a very good lane for the fire group. That's probably why it's the fire group. The fire is mostly connected to entrepreneurship. So Libra, for the fire group, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you like this card reading, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other card readings that here connected to the video. Thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye bye for now. Thank you.